Now we're delighted to introduce a brand new book to you called Exploring Historical Hilo by Leslie Lang. We recently met up with the author at her Pepekeo home, the same site at which her Hawaiian great-great-great-grandfather once tended to the family lo'i.
The book is a collection of archival photos of Hilo, and it's kind of centered around downtown Hilo and a little bit of a broad area of downtown Hilo. So what I did is I went around and I found photos that show just some of the neat, old, interesting things that used to be there. Some of them are still there and some of them aren't there at all. And then I did talk to people and did research and learned a little bit about each and wrote captions, kind of detailed captions. So it's a great book to learn about old Hilo and what it was like. All the pictures are also pegged to a map in the back of the book, so you can do your own little walking tour if you want to see where these places that I write about and that the photos are about were actually located.
In the book's foreword, Hilo's mayor Harry Kim writes that this book of old Hilo photos and stories is such a treasure. And after getting our hands on our very own copy, Mayor Kim, we certainly agree. We asked Leslie, along with her husband Lucario and daughter Emma Rose, for an abbreviated version of the book's walking tour in order to connect some of the historical images in the book to modern-day video. So we met at Cronies Bar and Grill in downtown Hilo and headed out from there.
I think a lot of people don't realize the railroad was a very important part of Hilo back in those days. And the first tracks were laid down in 1899. And then over the years, more sugar mills were built and more railroad tracks were laid. But it was an important part of the history of Hilo. And the railroad station there was kind of a hustling, bustling place. That's where, you know, at first it was to bring sugar from the sugar mills. The sugar would be bagged and then taken on the railroad to the harbor and put on ships and sent to the mainland. But then eventually it also carried passengers, and it was an important part of the town and the life of the town until 1946 is when we lost the railroad. And what happened is the tsunami wiped out the railroad station and most of the tracks. And there was some discussion by the different plantation owners whether it would be rebuilt, and finally it was not. This picture shows the corner of Kamehameha Avenue and Waianuenue, looking up Mauka, up Waianuenue. On the left of this picture, that's the building that eventually became Hilo Drug. For a very long time it was Hilo Drug. Everybody still knows that place. And then it was Lehua's, the restaurant, for a long time, and now it's Cronies. This picture shows Kamehameha Avenue, the Makai side, which right now is just a street and highway and some grassy parkland. But at the time, before the 1946 tsunami, there were businesses all up and down the street for blocks.